No. Come on, where is it?
Dave, it's your Idaho Central app here. Any chance you're missing a debit card? Let's get that taken care of for you. With ICCU's card control, you can turn any card off with the tap of your finger.
You got it.
And back on again. Out, 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 out. The closest Idaho Central Credit Union branch is in your pocket.
Ooh, the gym. Old stomping grounds. Hank Patterson, fly fishing guide.
Riley Smith, tight end.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Hey, you wouldn't happen to be the kicker?
No, tight end.
Again, thank you. I'm looking for a kicker for Lithia Ford's fall kickoff sale. But you're not the kicker.
No.
Yeah. Nah, the kicker's probably taller and in a lot better shape. So, okay. What position do you play?
Tight end.
Squats. Yeah, try it sometime.
RowPaint.com, the official paint and coatings company of Boise State Athletics, is going all in this season with an all-star lineup. First up, he led the Broncos to 3 conference championships and 10 20-win seasons. It's Coach Leon Rice. Next, he's the founder and CEO of RowPaint.com. He played a little basketball in high school on the driveway with his mom. It's Andy Rowe.
Oh, no. Want to just paint my house?
Now that I can do. When I want Boise State to win, I trust Coach Rice to lead the Broncos to victory.
And when I want the best painting and garage floor coating, I trust RowPaint.com to get that job done right.
It's time for the Lithia Ford of Boise post-game show from Bronco Nation News. We're breaking down the game with highlights, interviews, analysis, and most importantly, you. Give your thoughts on the game in the YouTube chat or Facebook comments, and we'll include the best ones on the show. Check out LithiaFordBoise.com to view their full inventory of vehicles, or check them out at 8853 West Fairview in Boise. Today's broadcast is coming from the Cutwater Spirits Canned Cocktail Studios. Check out one of their more than 30 flavors of pre-mixed premium cocktails at your local gas station or grocery store. Now let's head out and join BJ Rains for the Lithia Ford of Boise post-game show from Bronco Nation News.
Final seconds come off the clock. Trey Coleman waving to the crowd. A big road win for the Nevada Wolfpack. Boise State Broncos, a tough home loss. A little interesting that the referees, if you notice that, stayed out there to watch the handshake line. They never usually do that, so I wondered if they were expecting some sort of extracurriculars. But Boise State falls 76-66. Third home loss in conference play for the Broncos. Jay Tuss enjoying a post-game pretzel. And that'll be all she wrote from ExtraMile Arena. Tough one for Boise State. Broncos now finish the regular season Friday night at San Diego State. Nevada, believe it or not, has a chance to win the league. And we'll break it all down here on the Lithia Ford of Boise post-game show. Appreciate you guys for staying up with us. It's 12:07 a.m. This may not be the longest post-game show of all time, but there are 253 of you wanting to talk about this. 106 comments already in the queue there, so hopefully you guys are enjoying some Cutwaters. Wish there was one here that I could partake in. Rough one for Boise State. We'll hear from Leon Rice. We'll hear from Tyson Degenhart. We will hear from Steve Alford, the head coach at Nevada. Again, the Broncos just unable to hit some big shots. They go just 6 of 23 from three-point range. They go just 20 of 29 from the foul lines. He had Boise State miss 4 free throws also. Just all around a rough night for Boise State. And then throw in that Nevada went 12 of 24 from three-point range. And let's see, Hunter McIntosh, 6 of 6 from 3, 26 points. Just a crazy great game for Hunter McIntosh. And again, 12 3-pointers, 12 of 24 for Nevada. So that's where the game was basically won. They made 6 more threes. They got 18 more points from the three-point line. And again, Boise State misses 9 free throws. Just a frustrating game for Boise State. Nevada did a pretty good job double teaming inside. The Broncos had some sloppy turnovers. They finished with 14 turnovers, just some uncharacteristic turnovers that led to, as Leon Rice calls them, touchdowns the other way, easy layups. And so see if Jay wouldn't mind grabbing me one of those glasses of water, if you don't mind. But just a really frustrating game for Boise State in a lot of areas. The Broncos, again, fall 76-66. We'll have to figure out the standings here now that San Diego State also lost to UNLV. The standings are kind of crazy here, but if Boise State loses to San Diego State, I think they're going to be in the 4-5 game, which I'll be honest, I know you don't want to be in the 4-5 game typically, but for the game times, I think the first game is 3:30 in the afternoon on Thursday. Then you'd play the first semifinal at 6 o'clock on Friday. I don't think it's the end of the world to be in the 4-5 game, to be honest, because I think Utah State, you play them a third time in the semifinals. I would actually would welcome that matchup for Boise State. So the 4-5 game is not the end of the world. I believe if Boise State wins on Friday in San Diego State, they're guaranteed to be the 3 seed. So I believe the 3 seed if they win, the 4-5 if they lose. I don't believe with the tiebreakers they can get to the 2 seed now. Melinda's got a 6:30 wake-up call, too amped to go to bed. Appreciate you for watching, Melinda. Yeah, my kids have no school tomorrow, but they've got the dentist appointment at 8 a.m. That's going to be fun. Should have let Malachi sub in for a few possessions against McIntosh. Let's see. 3 seed with the 9 p.m. tip is brutal in the semifinals, so Jordan's okay with it. Yeah, I mean, you don't want to finish 4th or 5th. How about this, though? Like, I think I was just talking to Jay and Brady before we went on. Like, I think UNLV can still win this league. I mean, UNLV has a chance to win this league. It's pretty crazy to think about. If they win and New Mexico wins, Nevada has a chance to win this league as well. Just crazy. To have the league, play out this way in terms of Boise State now, I think can do. Thank you, Jaden Finch, with the Powerade glass of water here. Bad, much needed. Got to win the conference tourney to go on to Howard Brown. Come on, you can't be serious, right? I mean, Jay, we have folks saying Boise State has to win the Mountain West tournament to get to the tournament. That's not accurate, right? I don't think. And you're right. Howard, you are correct, as Jay Tuss just said. If they win, they're in. But that is not. That's. I think Boise State's in regardless. They could lose on Friday. It's a quad 1 loss, and then if they lose in the quarterfinals, the 4-5 game, they're now playing another team. It's probably a quad 1 win. So you're not getting knocked out of the NCAA tournament for losing 2 quad 1 wins. So Howard, sorry, but I disagree with you on that. 392 of you watching this. We appreciate all you guys for checking us out here on the Lithia Florida Boise post-game show. As Dub says, Boise is in. I agree. Let's see. This is why I love being in. Lots of education needed in this town. Yeah, I mean, it's win the conference tournament, you get a better seed. Sure, you win. Yeah, you can take any suspense you want out of it by winning the conference tournament, but certainly I think Boise State has done enough to get in. You don't want to, go into the NCAA tournament on a 3-game losing streak, certainly. But you know what? Things happen. It happens. Boise State didn't play great tonight, but give Nevada credit. Nevada played extremely well. I mean, I think Nevada played, frankly, almost the perfect game. I mean, they shot well. They hit 12 threes. They frustrated Boise State. Leon Rice got teed up. No, the refs were not great. Oh, our friend Dan Hogg, of course, chimes in. 0-9 in March Madness. I'm not sure your point there, Dan. That is a fact. They are 0-9 in March Madness. Not sure how, a home loss to a team that might win the league, Nevada plays into that. Again, I thought Nevada played the perfect game. Boise State certainly struggled. Sometimes it happens. I mean, they had won 5 games in a row, folks, so now they lose 1 game, and we've got folks already jumping off the bandwagon here once again. Let's see what else we got here. Can't get out of a double team. That was a little odd because a lot of teams have double teamed Boise State this year. That wasn't the first time they've seen a double team. I have no idea why. I have no idea why Boise State seemed to struggle so much. They just couldn't make that extra pass. They did a great job on Max Rice and Buzo, not giving them a lot of open threes. I mean, again, they played great defense. They frustrated Boise State. They hit timely threes. They took the crowd out of the game. I thought Nevada came in here and played pretty much the perfect game. 26 for Hunter McIntosh. Jerry Lucas was 19 points. He was 4 of 14 from the field, but he was 9 of 10 from the foul line. I mentioned McIntosh, 26 points. He was 6 of 6 from three-point range. And again, Boise State did dominate the boards 39-23. Steve Alford had a little issue with the scoring, not giving them any offensive rebounds in this game. He thought they had 2 or 3. But the stat sheet says 0 offensive rebounds for Nevada. I just thought Nevada played great. And again, were the referees great? No, but that's not why they lost. I mean, there were some weird calls. The fans were all over them on a couple of them. Leon Rice got teed up, but they did not lose this game because of the refereeing. They lost the game because they let Nevada make 12 threes and because they only went 6 of 23. And also you miss 9 free throws and you lose by 10. So there's a couple easy stats to look at. Boise State also had 14 turnovers, which led to some easy shots at the other end for Nevada. So I just thought Nevada played a great game. Boise State picked a bad time to play a crappy game. It just the way it works out sometimes. So again, Boise State had won 5 in a row. And oh, by the way, Nevada had won like 8 of 9 coming in. Like this is one of the hottest teams in the country right now. They had won 5 in a row also. So again, this is not some bad, horrible loss. It puts a little more pressure on the San Diego State game. I don't think you want to go into the tournament on a 2-game losing streak, but you lose games in this conference. Stuff happens. Let's hear from Steve Alford, the head coach of Nevada. We're going to get Leon Rice. We're going to get Tyson Degenhart loaded up in the system here, but let's get the thoughts of the opposing coach, Steve Alford, after the game.
It's the way we competed. We've been talking about that most of the conference season, just taking our work ethic to understanding, going from working to competing. And, our guys have just figured that out. I think there's a different level. You can talk about work ethic all you want, and you got to establish that. And I think our guys have done that. But then when you talk about competing, that's a whole nother level. And I think we're at that level. We've won 5 road games in this league in a row. I mean, it's and in really tough environments, and this one was included. You had 2 teams tonight that are playing really good basketball. And we win both halves. We put together really good 40 minutes. Our bench was great. Our starters did a lot of good things. We just got a lot of good production out of a lot of guys. And I've said it all along, Trey Coleman should be Defensive Player of the Year in this league. He does it every single night. And just a tremendous defensive effort. And we made shots, made threes again. So we've been a team all of a sudden that becomes a 3-point shooting team.
Did you think that was your best defensive performance in the interior, the way that you guys handled the size, the depth that Boise State possesses?
Yeah, this league's physical. San Diego State's extremely physical. Boise's physical. We're physical. Colorado State, I think, is very physical. We're going to play a very physical athletic team in UNLV on the weekend. But to get 12 wins, you're possibly fighting for a championship. If New Mexico can help us on the weekend and we get a win, and we're cutting down nets, and our guys have worked awfully hard to put themselves in that position. We're going to be sold out. Lawler should be a lot of fun for our guys to play in come Saturday.
Talk about Hunter McIntosh, 6 for 6 from the outside. How happy are you for him, just the way his journey has played out? I mean, coming here as a transfer, hurting his knee, didn't really get to contribute last year. Even this year, really didn't find his role off the bench, and now he certainly has found it.
Yeah, it's couldn't be more ecstatic for a young man, because nobody works as hard as Hunter does, and his unselfishness last year of just working hard to get back. And it's sad because had he known the rules and everything were going to change, he could have just set out last year and come back again next year. But he's just such an unselfish individual, and this whole team is so proud and so happy for him because they know what he's been through injury-wise. They know how hard he's worked, and we got to have him out there. He's driving the ball well. He's handling the ball well. He's just making shot after shot. He's playing at a very high level, and that's obviously helping us.
You told us before this game how important quad 1 wins are, and you find that to be the most important metric when it comes to an NCAA tournament resume. You have 7 quad 1 wins now. How big is that?
I think it's huge, and I've told our guys. we've stamped it. Now let's try to win a league. And all along we've talked about winning a league, and we're one game from it of having a chance. Now we don't get the opportunity to play Utah State just by the scheduling. We're gonna have to get help. But now I think we're tied with UNLV, tied with and Boise. San Diego State's behind us now. So there's 3 of us tied for second, and there's a lot that still has to happen this weekend. And we're playing, just like tonight, we were playing the other team in our league that was really hot. Now we're playing the next team in our league that's really hot, and that's UNLV.
Keenan Blackstreet came back from injury in this game. What did you make of the way that he was playing, coming off of missing 2 games?
Again, just so pleased with him. He's just been competing like crazy just to get back. And calf strains are usually a 2-week injury minimum, and he got back in a week. So it tells you how hard he's worked to get back. Mike, our trainer's done a terrific job with him with just his rehab, and to get him back for this game was huge. And obviously a little rusty, but plays so hard, makes good plays, got the ball to where the ball needed to go, and made big rebounds for us, and controlled us when we needed to be controlled. And I just thought everything's worked out well. He got some rest through his injury, and we were able to get TR out there some, get Hunter out there some. These guys are playing with a lot of confidence now. I thought T. Pope came in and did a lot of good things off our bench. Jared did what he does in scoring. Daniel was terrific in not just rebounding, but how he guarded. And I've already mentioned Trey, how hard. I think he's hands down, in my opinion, the best defender in this league. And he did it and proved it again tonight. Made things really hard on him. And KJ and Nick battled like crazy. So it was just a really good team effort. Our bench was lively, and couldn't be happier. A huge road win.
In this crowd, they just seemed frustrated the whole game defensively, and just the crowd was booing the whole time. How were you guys just able to frustrate them? They just seemed like they lost their composure a little bit.
Yeah, it's just 2 really good teams battling. We don't like losing at home, and they got us at home, and so that was a tough one, and we had a chance to respond and get us another road win. And I think Curly had 6. Six in the league. We've ended up 6-3 on the road in this league. So you win 6 road games in this league, you've done a lot of good things. And now we got to finish it at home. But just so happy, so proud. These guys have put in so much time, so much effort, and we've really been on a roll since losing by 1 point. We've gone now, I don't know how many games, 10, 11 games where we've won 10 out of 11 or 9 out of 10, and our only loss has been a 1-point game. So these young men have done a tremendous job over the last month and a half.
There he is, Steve Alford, the head coach at Nevada. Give him credit, man. They frustrated Boise State from start to finish. Hey, we got 575 of you watching right now at the 12:20 in the morning. So appreciate all of you. I have a feeling a few of you are hitting the Twitter algorithm or something, because I don't think there's no reason we should have that many people watching after a game like this. But do appreciate the comments. We've got a couple of folks, Grand Tetons, Harold Balzac. They are enjoying a dub, enjoying their, it's just funny, man. Folks that just wait to lose, and then they just jump in there all the time. So it was a rough loss for Boise State, certainly. I love how Grand Tetons points out in 2022, Colorado State, when Boise State won the regular season and won the tournament that year. So that loss 2022 to Colorado State wasn't exactly one that hurt them. They won the regular season, then went in to win the postseason tournament right after that. And again, Nevada, I'm not sure I would say this was a brutal loss. Again, I don't. I just got a text from somebody saying if they lose the next 2, they're going to Dayton. I just don't see that being the case. This league is too good. I just don't see that happening. These are quad, tonight's quad 2 technically, I guess, right now, because Nevada's not top 30 in the net. But the next 2 games will be quad 1 games. Like if they play Nevada on a neutral floor again in the tournament, or San Diego State, or UNLV, like those are quad 1 games on the road. So or on the tournament. So I just maybe I'm the guy that always takes the positive attitude here, and I get it, and that's fine. But I just don't think this is the end all be all loss that here we go early season again, or here's the March loss that starts the slide. Like, where have you guys been the last couple of weeks when they won 5 straight? So I don't know. I shouldn't be surprised, but I'm a little surprised that there's this much negativity following a 5-game winning streak when they were one of the top teams in the country and almost ranked in the top 25. So it is what it is. Malachi Nelson, yes, he was at the game, sitting there in the front with Matt Bauscher. Boise, worst case, going to be a 10 seed. I kind of agree with that. Like I don't think Boise State has any worries about missing the tournament at this point. Their resume is still pretty good. Go ahead and bash me. This happens every year. Again, they literally just won the Mountain West Conference tournament 2 years ago. So it hasn't happened every year. Like I said, I shouldn't be surprised, but I am. Boise State falling 76-66. Again, Boise State did not play great. I'm not sugarcoating the loss itself. Just don't think it means a whole lot, to be honest with you. They played pretty poorly. Only made 6 of 23 three-pointers. That's 26%. They missed 9 free throws, only shot a nice 69% from the foul line. They were 41.7% for the game. It just was not a pretty performance from Boise State. Start to finish, they did not play well in this game. And again, you combine that with Nevada playing great, 12 three-pointers made. I thought that Nevada only had 8 turnovers as well. I just thought Boise State just couldn't do enough on either end of the floor in this game. And Nevada frustrated them. Leon Rice got the technical, obviously, and the fans were booing, and the players just kind of seemed frustrated tonight. So give Nevada a lot of credit. Let's hear from Tyson Degenhart. First, we're going to take a quick 90-second timeout. So stay with us. We'll hear from Tyson Degenhart momentarily, back in 90 seconds, here on the Lithia Florida Boise postgame show from the Cutwater Studios here at ExtraMile Arena.
All Bronco Nation news broadcasts come from the Cutwater Spirits Canned Cocktail Studios. Check out one of their more than 30 flavors of premix premium cocktails at your local gas station or grocery store. Cutwater Spirits, perfect for your next game day tailgate party. Our title sponsor is rowpaint.com. For all your commercial, industrial, residential painting needs, check out rowpaint.com. Don't forget about their concrete coatings. Transform that ugly concrete slab on your back patio in your garage in just one day. Contact rowpaint.com for a free estimate today. The official paint and coatings company of Boise State Athletics, and our title sponsor at Bronco Nation News is rowpaint.com. Idaho Central Credit Union's been helping members achieve financial success for more than 80 years. There's an ICCU branch on almost every corner, but the closest is in your pocket with free eBranch mobile and online banking. See why more than 500,000 members love ICCU and join 1 in 4 Idahoans by making the switch today at ICCU.com. Since 1984, Ridley's Family Markets has prided itself on being a hometown food and drug store that employed value members of the local community. Ridley's Family Markets has 13 locations in the state of Idaho and many more in the surrounding states. Download the new Ridley's app to your smartphone, get savings up to 40% off at the checkout line, and find a location near you at shopridleys.com. Former Bronco Matt Bauscher is once again the number 1 ranked realtor in the Treasure Valley. No home is too big or too small for Matt and his team. Let them fulfill all your real estate needs at BauscherRealEstate.com.
Back here live on the Lithia Florida Boise postgame show. I was looking at some of the Mountain West standings and kind of the projected finishes based on a tweet from Jeff Grammer, and the most likely scenario based on the favored teams the rest of the way winning these games. Utah State with the 1 seed, Nevada with the 2, UNLV with the 3, and then San Diego State 4, Boise State 5, New Mexico as the 6 seed. So based on the projected teams to win the rest of the way here, Boise State could be playing San Diego State in back-to-back games to end the regular season. And then on Thursday, I think that's a 2:30 Pacific time, I believe, 3:30 Mountain time in the quarterfinal of the Mountain West tournament. We'll see how that all kind of shakes out, but certainly not a ideal situation all of a sudden for Boise State. But again, if you lose back-to-back games at San Diego State, I don't think that's keeping you out of the NCAA tournament, losing 2 quad 1 games. So let's hear from, I got to make sure I can, you may need to send it again if you don't mind. I think I did something wrong and screwed it up. If you can, we're going to have Tyson Degenhart here shortly. Jaden Finch, appreciate him. We were actually trying to air this live and start the show earlier, and then the camera wasn't working. So that's why we're late here. 29 new comments have come in. We will get to those shortly. Let's see what else we got here. We went on the computer, not on the, there we go. All right. Save. Kurt, let's see here. Can't win them all, especially in this conference. Any team can beat anybody. Bad night. Looking forward to Friday. Let's see here. Boise is turning bound, up that 3% and gets some 3-point defense, and we're good. Matt Bauscher has the best real estate. Yes, he does. Matt Bauscher was at my house today, checking out my house. We're thinking about maybe selling if we find the right house. And Matt Bauscher himself came out to look at my house. So you're not going to find better service out there than Matt Bauscher. Him and Mark Sanchez were at the game, and they had Malachi Nelson sitting courtside with them. So everyone in the Mountain West, other than San Diego State, would swap our last 3 years of results for theirs, but fans in here acting like we suck. Derek, couldn't say it better there. It is what it is, though. We've come to BNN is nothing a loss. You just know the same 3 or 4 people are going to come in here and rip on them. So it is, it is the way it goes. Dan, I'm not sure if you're being sarcastic or not, but appreciate you for the comment. Let's see what else we got here. Throwing unnecessary shade. Great journalism. Appreciate you, Jaden. Appreciate Jaden Finch, Boise State student, our intern, doing a lot of great work for us again. Another bid incoming, 3 straight years. They have to dig pretty deep to be complaining about the reason success. First time in program history. And here's the question I got for you. If for some reason they fall to Dayton, which I don't think is going to happen, but if they go to Dayton and they win in Dayton, are some of you guys that are ripping on them for being 0-9 going to count that as a real win in the tournament? I'm guessing no. I'm guessing the Leon Rice detractors are not going to count winning in Dayton as a real win from the tournament. And if they were to go to Dayton and win, that scenario would be would all of a sudden be coming up, and folks would be saying, no, that doesn't count. They're 0-10, whatever. It does count, and they would be 1-9 if they won in Dayton. But I already know if that were to happen, that people would be saying that. But it's not going to happen. I don't think they're going to Dayton. I don't think they have to go all the way to Dayton. I don't think that's going to happen. And we'll see, though. Not our night. Need to use the fouls better. The amount of and-ones, soft fouling was a waste of a foul. I do agree there was a couple tough ones where they had some and-ones, and it just, again, there were some weird calls. I didn't think it was a great officiated game, which a little surprising given it's 3 of the top 25 refs in the country, according to Ken Palm tonight. You had 2 in the top 10, and DJ Carstensen and Tony Padilla were number 7 and number 8, I believe, in the country coming in. So it is what it is. They just, but they did not lose this game. I can repeat, they did not lose this game because of the officiating. They've lost this game because they gave up 12 threes, because they were 6 of 23. Again, Nevada, guys, has 25 wins. Like, Nevada's 25-6, and they have a chance to win the league. Like, some people are acting like they just lost to Air Force. I mean, I just don't understand it. But Boise State drops to 21-9. Which means Boise State could have 11 losses unless they win the Mountain West tournament or win Friday. Boise State could be looking for an at-large bid with 11 losses, which is not ideal, but I still think Boise State in the end is going to be fine. Let's hear from Tyson Degenhart. Again, the audio is not great. I apologize. We were trying to go live, then it didn't work, so we had to bust out the phone. So I apologize. You might have to turn up your volume a little bit for Tyson Degenhart, but here's Tyson Degenhart after the loss.
Nate, are we good?
Nate, just the frustration, obviously, not the performance you guys won. I just felt, Tyson, like you just couldn't get your footing. I don't know if it was anything they did or not. How are you putting it into perspective?
Yeah, I mean, they got hot. I mean, McIntosh and Lucas, I think they had 7 threes at half, and McIntosh has been shooting the ball really well, and he continued to do that again tonight. And I thought we did a pretty decent job on the starting 5 and not allowing them to score their averages. But when you have a guy come off the bench and make threes like that and have 24, 26 points that he had, it really hurts.
Just from the start, it just seemed like you guys were struggling to hit the basket. Was it just an off night shooting, do you think, or was there something else?
I think it was just an off night. I think we got some good looks, and we had a good game plan coming in. We knew they were probably going to double. We had good cutters, and I think we just didn't make shots. I think that was ultimately what it was.
14 turnovers is way more than you're averaging. Was it something they were doing?
I think there's a couple ones that they forced, but I think a couple uncharacteristic ones. I mean, I think a majority of those were us in the lane, and they were just, hacking at it, and they were getting the ball, and we weren't getting foul calls, and that's just kind of the way it goes. I mean, when you get in the lane, it's hard to get foul calls in that area, and so it's a majority of them, and they've done a great job turning us over. I mean, it's 18 in the first game, 14 tonight, so credit to them defensively.
I know this team doesn't ever lack motivation, but how does maybe a loss like this reinvigorate you guys kind of to finish the season?
You know what? We don't like losing. We still got a lot ahead of us. We know that we still have a chance to take the league title with a couple things that happen, but it's hard not knowing that we don't control our own destiny, and we'll just have to watch the games tomorrow and see how that goes.
Just losing the final home game, just how much more does that add to that disappointment?
It hurts. Never want to send the seniors out sad. I mean, I love all 5 of them. They mean a lot to me. They mean a lot to this program, and I wish we could have done a better job tonight to get the win for them.
We talked about it a little bit already, but obviously Hunter McIntosh coming in only averaged 5.4 points per game. Were you guys kind of expecting maybe he'd go crazy off the bench, or was this kind of out of character for him, do you think?
I don't think it was out of character. I mean, with Blackshear being out the last 2 games, he got some run at starting 1 and had been making shots. And even in that last half of that San Jose game 2.5 games ago, he got it going. He had 6 threes in that game. So he's seen a big basket, and we just didn't do a good enough job when he came into the game and being high alert and taking away his threes.
I know these are hard to answer, but when it came to some of the officiating and stuff, I just felt like the game had a weird rhythm, like the whole game.
I'm not one to blame refs. I mean, there was no rhythm, but there were probably a lot of fouls that probably weren't called still. I mean, it was a pretty physical game, but yeah.
Tyson, you guys always do a good job of defending the 3. You don't let teams come in and shoot 50% on you on 24 shots. And I haven't watched the tape yet, I get it, but why do you think that happened tonight? This just isn't you guys.
Just some uncharacteristic lapses on defense, not staying attached to shooters off staggers. They ran a lot of stagger plays just to get Lucas and McIntosh open, and we just didn't do a good enough job defending both of them.
Good. Yeah, just one more. You guys got to go off. I mean, kind of a short turnaround, I guess, because you guys got a Friday game. So, how do you guys get right before you go and take on San Diego State? San Diego State hasn't lost at home this year.
It's a great opportunity ahead of us. We know that our season's not over yet, and we still got one more game to take care of, and so we'll let it sit tonight, and we'll watch the film back, and then we'll just continue to get better and get prepared for Friday.
So, thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
See you in OV1.
There he is, Tyson Degenhart. We appreciate him for joining us. Let's see. When Degenhart gets 15, the middle is absolutely collapsed. Yeah, he didn't have a lot of room in there. They did a great job doubling. And I don't understand it because Boise State's been doubled all season long for whatever reason. They just tonight in the post, they doubled, and Boise State had a tough time kicking it out. And give Nevada a lot of credit, man. Their defense played really, really well, and that was a super impressive outing for them, and tough one for Boise State. We'll take a look at the Mountain West standings in a second. We're going to hear from Leon Rice as well. First, I want to tell you about Lithia Ford of Boise. Check them out, lithiafordboise.com. Robbie Robinson, an avid viewer of BNN, sent me an email yesterday and posted on Instagram that he purchased a vehicle at Lithia Ford of Boise because of the advertising you heard on BNN. So another satisfied customer at Lithia Ford of Boise. You can as well. Again, 5 NIL deals they got going on with Boise State athletes right now. They're doing a lot for Boise State and for the community, and a big sponsor for us at BNN. So check them out, lithiafordboise.com. Taco Bell, there's some talk about them in the chat there, tacobellworks.com. SON Management, the Nicolason family, saw them here tonight. Appreciate them for their sponsorship. They're giving hundreds of thousands of dollars to Boise State Student-Athlete Scholarship for men's and women's basketball. You can also get a job. They're hiring. TacoBellWorks.com. Get more information. They're offering up to half your wages the very next day after your shift. You can also get free food. So check them out, TacoBellWorks.com. The Blue and Orange Store, if you need some Boise State gear, check them out, theblueandorange.store.com. Travis Hawks and company, saw him here tonight. He's a big BSU guy sitting right down there courtside. I know that was a tough game for him, but to theblueandorange.store.com. Free shipping any order over $40, or if you're in the Boise Town Square Mall, you can just go to the second floor next to Pro Image there if you're here in the Treasure Valley. And whether it's shirts, hats, bumper stickers, car flags, you name it, theblueandorangestore.com has it. TCS, Transportation Compliance Service. You're looking to get into the trucking industry, all the DOT overweight permits, anything you need. They've got to get out there on towing that first load on the open road. They can help you out at Transportation Compliance Service, transcompservice.com. and might need a cup of this here. It's going to be a late night. It's 12:37. Still got a story to write. My kids are heading to the dentist at 8 a.m. So going to be a long, I guess, short night, early morning tomorrow. BroncoBrew.coffee will help me get through it for sure. Check them out. Supporting Boise State University Athletics with every sip. BroncoBrew.coffee. Again, they're fresh roasted to order coffee. It's not roasted until you order it, and every bag of that's purchased, you can put a couple bucks right into the pocket in an NIL deal to the student athlete at Boise State of your choice. So make sure you check them out, get more information, get that subscription going, get that first order in at BroncoBrew.coffee. I'm trying to, here we go. Back here live, we're going to hear from Leon Rice. We got comments still rolling in. I think everyone was tired, players and fans. Let's see what else we got here. Maybe the conference is that good. I mean, here's what I'm thinking about. Let me find the Mountain West standings here while we're doing this. But if things fall right and UNLV wins the league, if UNLV wins the league this year, like, doesn't UNLV have to be in? Like, I mean, if UNLV wins the league as hard as the Mountain West has been this year, they have to be in, right? I mean, UNLV would be in the tournament. They do have 3 quad 4 losses. That's obviously going to make things a little tough. Let's try to share the screen here on the standings in the Mountain West. Let's see here. Share our screen. Conference standings. All right. Sorry about this, folks. Taking me just 1 second here. All right. Let's do this. All right. These are the updated Mountain West standings, courtesy of the CBS Sports website. Utah State is 12-4. They play tomorrow at San Jose State. That could be a little bit of an interesting game. But Nevada and UNLV play on Saturday, and you have Boise State and San Diego State playing on Saturday. For the purpose of this, I'm expecting, or just at least predicting right now, for San Diego State to win that. That puts Boise State at 12-6. That puts San Diego State at 12-6. They would be tied. They both beat each other 1-1, and they would go to the top of the standings and on down. Boise State lost both to UNLV, so San Diego State would have the tiebreaker over Boise State. It ain't going to matter if they're in the 4-5 game, though. It just means who's wearing the white uniforms or not. But there is a very real scenario with how this plays out, that Boise State and San Diego State end up in the top 5. Now, if UNLV loses, that puts them at 6. Got to figure out how that's going to work out, because that puts UNLV at 6 losses. The Boise State game is Friday. I guess I said Saturday. Sorry, Jordan. The Boise State game obviously is Friday night. I will be there. I know that it's Friday. Saturday is the Utah State game against New Mexico. So how about this? The top 6 teams all playing each other in the final game of the regular season. So the Mountain West knew something what they were doing when they put this thing together. So there's a lot of weird stuff here to figure out. I do wonder if Nevada if UNLV loses that Nevada, so I would expect Nevada to win. They're going to probably be the 2 seed. Then I think that UNLV would have 6 losses, as would Boise State and San Diego State. I don't know exactly how that tiebreaker is going to play out, but I believe a loss locks Boise State into the 4-5 game. So that's all you kind of really need to know. Boise State loses, they're in the 4-5 game. They win, I think they're the 3. And the 3 is the worst seed you want. So honestly, I'm not sure that I mean, I guess getting the 3 gives you a little easier game in the first round, because you would get maybe New Mexico or Colorado State. I'm not sure you really want to play San Diego State in back-to-back games. But still a lot to play out. And tomorrow night is that first game. Make sure you check out that San Jose State Utah State game tomorrow night to see if anything starts to fall and what this might look at. Just want to say I went to every game. Thanks for making the season great, everyone who was there. It was fun. Rivaled Utah State at times. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. Zach Covert says Barry Odom sacrificed himself for adding that bowl for a UNLV conference title. Yeah, did you guys see that? He wrote a bowl. I don't think that, okay, maybe 5 teams, 1 gets snubbed. My guess, ESPN has 6. Again, Boise State, the strength of schedule is too good in the out of conference. Their numbers are too good. I just don't see Boise State getting left out of the NCAA tournament. I just don't. Let's hear from Leon Rice, Boise State's head coach, after the loss.
And just never really seemed like you guys could really get a rhythm or flow going, and you just struggled to make shots, and they hit a lot of threes. And
yeah, and you got to credit their defense too. They were really, really physical tonight, and Steve's gone playing great. They really are. And, you know, having Hunter off the bench, you know, he was in for a couple games, and they played terrific without one of the best players in the league, Blackshear. And that kid gives them a weapon that, you know, he's been on fire. And we knew that, but we didn't do a good enough job of, you know, but man, he's stroking it. And that gives them, I mean, they're an interesting story because they came into the league as the worst three-point shooting team in the league, and now they become kind of the best. Not kind of, the best. I mean, they're those, you know, and that's this league. I mean, these are good teams. That was a good team we played tonight. And I said it before, and, you know, you got to play an A to A+ game when there's two really good teams. I thought they played a great game, and, you know, it's interesting because I think we out-toughed them at their place. I think they out-toughed us here. And, you know, tip of the cap to them. And you know, that's when you're playing a league like this with that many, you know, I mean, they're going to be ranked probably. You know, they got UNLV, and UNLV is another hot team. I mean, this is crazy. It's by far, now that we're at this point of the season, you know, and I've got to see everybody and I got to do the whole thing, and I would say by far it's the best we've been top to bottom. I mean, think about it. I mean, Colorado State's in 7th. They were top 25 all year long, and, you know, on and on and on. I mean, I got examples after examples. And so, you know, the good thing is I think we're getting the national recognition that the league is this good.
Leon, I mean, and maybe it's just McIntosh being 6 for 6 from downtown, but you guys always, you know, are at the top of the league in defending the three-pointer. Right. Are you tipping your cap to them for being good, or I mean,
it's both. It's always both. I mean, we want to control what we can control, and we can control playing really good D, but they still got to make the shots. I mean, going 12 for 24 in a high-level game is pretty impressive, and him going 6 for 6, and man, every single one when he let it go, I knew they were in. I mean, that stroke is legit.
They turned you over 18 times, and you guys won there, and then 14 times tonight.
Yeah.
Some of them too, it just kind of seemed like you almost gave it to.
Yeah.
Times.
It was.
They just seemed uncharacteristic, I guess, in some regards.
It was. But again, you got to credit their defense, and they committed to doubling the post pretty hard, and we turned a couple of those over and a couple for touchdowns. So they, you know, that was a hard fight. Our guys, we just couldn't get over the hump too. Boozer get fouled on the three-pointer. If he makes all three, I think we're down 8 or 7 or something in single digits. And, you know, it's uncharacteristic for him to miss a free throw. And on and on and on. There's a lot of that tonight. But that's the game of basketball, and to play at a high level night after night after night. And we've been playing at a high level for 5 games, and really proud of our guys. But, you know, the great thing I know that I have in that locker room is guys that are tough, and we bounce back. And now, you know, again, another out of the frying pan into the fire. We get to go play one of the hardest places to play in the country against one of the best teams in the country. So, but that's just the beauty of this league.
When you look at the rebounding numbers, if you look just at the rebounding numbers, you would have thought you guys won the game. Just how frustrating is that you know, you guys are able to dominate the boards like you did, and just everywhere else just kind of...
Yes and no, because we missed a lot more. You know, the rebounding numbers were a little skewed tonight because of we missed more shots than them. And, you know, so it's not just a straight... I mean, they didn't get any offensive rebounds, but they didn't miss a lot of shots, you know. And they were committed to fighting us on the glass, and they, you know, we didn't get as many putbacks, we didn't get as many points off our offensive rebounds like we have been doing. But they were competing on the glass.
That wasn't the first time you've seen, you know, doubles down the post and stuff.
Right.
What did they do differently in terms of why it was harder to kick it out? And
you know, last time it was the first. You know, Omar came off that game where he had 30 and 31. He hadn't seen a lot of double teams before at their place, and he just wasn't that comfortable with it. And then, you know, throughout the league, we've gotten doubled a lot more, and we've kind of killed the double teams. We've gotten a lot better at it. And, you know, they just did a nice job of it. And then early on, I think we missed some shots out of it, and that kind of gets you like, you know, where sometimes the team comes and double us and we make them pay right away. You know, we got a lot of good shooters, and it seemed like we missed some, rattled some in and out, that kind of thing early. If those go, maybe that changes things a little bit.
Yeah, it seemed like Jay said a couple, or not Jay, excuse me, Andrew hit a couple of those early for you. That what were you seeing him coming off the bench early for you there?
Yeah, you know, he can do that. No doubt, he can do that. You know, he's a freshman, and he makes some freshman errors, but you can count on him stepping up and be able to make some shots and take, you know, he's aggressive with it. So that was big for us in the first half. But, you know, you go in at halftime after the barrage of threes, you know, and you're only down 6. So you're like, okay, we're right there. But again, credit Nevada, they battled their tails off, and they didn't come to play a half. They played 2 halves.
There's a saying, it's never as bad as it looks, never as good as it looks, or whatever.
Right.
But like, I mean, if you look at this and you say that you would hold Jared Lucas to 4 of 14 shooting and Keenan Blackshear to 3 of 8 with no assists, like, I mean, you probably take some of that, right?
No doubt. And that's where that, you know, having a veteran like Hunter coming off the bench and being able to light us up like that, difference in the game.
Is this like a new look Nevada? I mean, it's Hunter McIntosh, you know, he's averaging 5 points a game this year.
It is the new look, because you look at the
all
last.
of a sudden they throw him and they're like, okay.
Yeah, and you look at the last 5 games, he's been amazing from 3. You know, he came in, and we knew that. And, you know, I mean, but when a guy's in that zone and cooking like that, you got to stop him. He's not going to stop himself, and we didn't do a good enough job on him, but credit him. He came in, and, man, that stroke is as good as I've seen, really.
Steve Alford thinks Trey Coleman's the Defensive Player of the Year in this league. The job that he was able to do, your bigs tonight, the inside-outside game. I mean, I guess just how much of it was that what they did defensively.
It's both. You know, it's both. I mean, everybody in this league is good. You know, these are good teams. Like I said, they got a lot of different guys that have really settled into roles, and they're doing a great job with it.
The second half, I mean, it was just I know guys were frustrated, and just the crowd's booing a lot and stuff. I mean, just you know, not to say they lost their composure by any means. What did you think of just how when it was going tough, and it was just seemed like just nothing. Every time you get it, they'd hit another big shot, and just how did you look at the second?
They frustrated us. You know, they did, and you know, but it also we frustrated ourselves. I saw that in the first half, just you know, with some missed shots, and we overreacted to it a little bit. You know. You can't, and our guys do a good job of that. They don't tie themselves to our offense too much, but I think we did that a little bit in the first half especially, and that carried over. Instead of just flushing it and away we go, that carried over.
What was it like going to this last game, Leon? One game, and then you got every game is like means the world, obviously, when you get to the tournament. So, what is it like in terms of just how you kind of focus and approach this last game before the tournament begins?
Just you know, just the respect we have for each and every team we play, and that we know, you know, and we know we have to be dialed in, so focused, so laser sharp focused to compete in a game, every game. And we've done a great job with that, but there are going to be ups and downs, and you know, and I don't think we're horrible, and I don't think we came out flat or anything like that, but we weren't good enough. You know, that's just the reality of it. And but hey, we put ourselves in a great position with all the work we've done all year, so we're not going to overreact to it. We'll be back.
Leon Rice not going to overreact to it. You heard it there. They've done enough work all season long to put them in this position. I know these losses later in the season sometimes feel worse. The trolls in the chat here are trying to make it act like it's worse, but it means the same as a loss on November 6th or 7th. So it is what it is. Don't want to obviously go into the tournament on a 2-game losing streak. That's looking like a real possibility now at this point. But again, Nevada is 25-6. They deserve some credit. They played great, and they're having a chance to win the league. This was not like you lost to Air Force or San Jose. So Again, Boise State got 15 points from Degenhart, 15 points from Rice. They didn't give Max many open looks. He hit a couple threes. He thought, okay, maybe here comes the comeback. But he just didn't get enough open looks, and they wasted too much time, I thought, on some of the possessions. Jace Whiting, and they're just dribbling the ball around. And it's like, okay, you're down by 10, 11 points here with 4 minutes to go. You need to be jacking up more threes. I didn't think that they really handled the final couple of minutes very well, and then they fouled the wrong guy. They fouled Roddy came in and fouled Lucas, who's a 90+% free throw shooter. You don't want to be doing that. So just didn't think they handled the game. And, I don't know if they lost their composure. That's probably too strong of a word, but you saw Max and some other guys kind of complaining, throwing their hands up, but they weren't getting calls. Crowds booing. Leon got teed up. I thought that it was just a weird second half, and I didn't think Boise State was as composed as maybe they needed to be at times in that game. But again, when it comes down to it, crappy game. They played like crap, didn't play well, missed 9 free throws. You lose by 10. You go 6 of 23 from 3-point range, 14 turnovers. That led to 21 points for Nevada. So Nevada wins by 10, and they get 21 points directly when the ball's handed to them by a Boise State turnover. Boise State did not have a fast break point tonight. The entire game, no dunks, no easy layups, 0 fast break points for Boise State. Let's say worst case, they lose out 10, 11 seed. Best case, they go 3-1, end up a 8 seed. Depends when the 3 are, but I think they could still be a 7 if they go 3-1. 3-1 means they get to the championship game. I don't know if you're saying they win the tournament or if you're saying they lose the championship but then win on Friday in San Diego. Either way, that'd be multiple quad 1 wins. So I think you could still get to a 7 if you go 3-1. Certainly with how tough this league is. So appreciate you guys for watching us. We're 51 minutes in. It's 12:54 a.m. John Mallory is going to join me at 9 a.m. So that's in about 8 hours. We'll get a couple hours of sleep and recap this. I've still got a full story to write, and it's going to be a long night, and I think 51 minutes is long enough to discuss a 76-66 loss. So appreciate you guys. Again, BNN 50 deals, that promo code at the bottom of the screen. We'd love your support. We got road trips to San Diego, to Las Vegas, and to the NCAA tournament all coming up in the next 10 days or so. So if you're able to support us, we would certainly appreciate that. BNN 50 deals, your promo code. You get a full year for $50. So we would love to have your support. We also have $6.99 a month as a monthly option as well. At a minimum, this show is free. If you can at least help us out and hit the like button down there in the corner, if you can subscribe to our YouTube channel. We have like 500 of you watching on Twitter right now. So if you could switch over and to our YouTube channel, we would certainly appreciate that. There's 813 of you, according to our numbers here, watching the show at almost 1 a.m. after a game. So appreciate you guys. Again, a lot of games still to be played, a lot of scenarios, a lot of seeds. I don't think the 4-5 is the worst seed that you could play. Certainly having to play San Diego State again would not be ideal, but honestly, I think the 4-5 is better than the 3. I guess the 3, the only good thing is, though, even though it's a late game, you get to play, maybe you have a little easier matchup, I guess. But all these teams are good. I don't think that matters too much. So it is what it is. There's some Nevada fans in the chat, Boise State fans. I think at 12:56 a.m., 53 minutes and counting is enough on this one. So really appreciate you guys joining us. Thank you so much for all of your support with BNN. If you missed any of the pregame show, great interviews with Robin Rice and KJ Mack and some of the folks in the pregame show. So hopefully they'll go back and watch that as well. I've got a full story to write. I got to run my kid to the dentist at 8 a.m. and I'll be back at 9. So we may get to maybe one of those 2 to 3 hours nights of sleep, but it's all said and done. But it is what it is. Looking forward to Friday and getting down to San Diego. Quick trip, but should be fun there. And again, appreciate all of you for your support of BNN, and for the trolls that are happy Boise State lost. Good for you. Congrats for the 98% of you. Sorry, tough loss, but I think everybody understands. Not the end of the world, and still reason to have optimism here moving forward. So appreciate you guys. Have a great rest of your evening. 12:56 a.m. We got 819 of you still watching this. So thank you so much for the evening. Again, everyone's entitled to their opinion. I don't come in here and just rip you if you're negative. You want to have an actual take, that's fine. But if you want to come in here and start predicting that they're missing the tournament and it's the same late season slide and all this stuff that's just not factually accurate, then that's when I have an issue with it, and I'm going to call you out on it. So you're certainly welcome to have negative takes, and I get it. That's what this whole thing is for. I think that some of the overreaction tonight is just that overreaction for a loss against a team that might win the league. So tough loss, tough game. You don't like losing 3 home games in the league. That's certainly not ideal, and really is going to be the reason Boise State doesn't win this league is they lost 3 home games. If they would have taken care of business at home, Boise State would have been the league champion. So it is what it is. It happens. Appreciate you guys. Get some sleep. And we'll talk to you tomorrow, 9 a.m., John Mallory and I. So sleep on it. See if you feel any differently tomorrow. Join John Mallory and I at 9 a.m., and we'll break it down, get the big picture on the standings and the scenarios and things moving forward, and get you set for the Friday night game against San Diego State. So my name's BJ Rains. Jaden Finch was here helping out as well. We appreciate him. The tie didn't work tonight. Tried to dress up a little for senior night, but the Broncos fall at home 76-66 to Nevada, and they'll finish the regular season Friday night at San Diego State. So appreciate you guys for checking us out. Thanks to Lithia Ford of Boise, our title sponsor of the postgame show, the Cutwater Spirits Mobile Studios. Again, more than 35 flavors of premixed premium cocktails. You can pick one up at your gas station or grocery store. And of course, our title sponsor, there would be no Bronco Nation news without roepaint.com. So make sure you check them out, roepaint.com, for all your painting needs, and support the sponsors that are making this show free of charge to you on a daily basis. Have a great rest of your evening. John Mallory and I will talk to you at 9 a.m. on Facebook, X, and YouTube. Bronco Nation News, bronconationnews.com. Have a good night, everybody.